You are tapped in with Caden. Listen, much respect to Martin Bakole agreeing to fight Joseph Parker, a man who's coming off of two big wins, one being Deontay Wilder and the other being Jiliai Jang. And Martin Bakole agreed to fight Joseph Parker basically on 3 days' notice. And he's even hinting towards the fact that he's going to have a 1-day training camp. Let's listen to what Martin Bakole had to say in an interview where he basically implies that he's going to train 1 day to fight Joseph Parker.
Uh, I keep it tomorrow. I think I'll shock the world tomorrow. I'm a boxer, so a boxer is like a soldier. Anytime they ask you to go to war, always be ready. So I'm ready to go, no matter what it is. I'll not start the camp yet, but we're ready to go.
Now, hear what he said. Tomorrow, I'm going to shock the world. I haven't started the camp yet, which means that he's starting camp today to fight tomorrow, which is extremely weird. Now, he is been reported to be facing F.A. Ajapa in Africa, and so he should have been in training to face F.A. Ajapa. Now, I don't know if he's stating when he says, I start the camp today, meaning strategically making the change in preparation to face someone like Joseph Parker, who has a different skill set than F.A. Ajapa. Well, really, we should say has way more skills than F.A. Ajapa, a plethora of skills that F.A. Ajapa wishes that he had, a completely different type of opponent. So I don't know if he meant that or if he meant physically preparing to fight. I don't know if this fight's going to be 12 rounds or 10. I don't know what they negotiated, but originally it was scheduled to be a 10-round fight. Now, I don't know if this is going to end up becoming an IBF title eliminator, which I know that both fighters want to fight Daniel Dubois for his IBF title. So I don't know if this is going to be 10 rounds or 12, but what I know is if he hasn't been in training camp and he's going to start today, that's a very bad sign. Now, on the other hand, people are saying he looks chunky and he pulled up being 300 pounds, but he looked that way against Jared Big Baby Anderson. That's why one of the reasons why I didn't pick him, because I thought he looked heavier than I remember seeing him. I remember how he looked when he fought Michael Hunter, and then I saw him when he was going to face Jared Big Baby Anderson, and he looked much bigger, less definition. And I was like, man, I don't know how serious this guy's been taking boxing, but he still put on a great performance. Some guys perform well regardless of weight, and they have that skill set. Now, do I believe he wasn't training at all and he was just straight sitting on the couch? I would hope not, given someone of Martin Bakole's caliber, someone who aspires to be heavyweight champion, someone who's been calling out the biggest names in boxing, saying he's given basically the GOAT of heavyweight sparring is Martin Bakole. If you let him tell it, he's whooped everyone in the division in a sparring session. So he's sitting around thinking he's about to fight F.A. Ajapa, and a fighter gets hurt and they automatically call him as a replacement. And so now his opportunity comes. If Martin Bakole can beat Joseph Parker tomorrow, he would put himself in position to fight Daniel Dubois for the title. And this is why you got to give someone like Joseph Parker credit, who's already taken on some of the toughest fighters in the division. He fought Dillian White, Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, and recently Deontay Wilder, Jiliai Jang, and he was scheduled to face Daniel Dubois, who just sparked out Anthony Joshua. Daniel Dubois falls sick. The card is in jeopardy, and then Joseph Parker agrees to take on the most feared man in the heavyweight division today, Martin Bakole. You got to give props to Joseph Parker. You also got to give props to Martin Bakole because he's been running around saying he wants all the top names. He's been doing face-offs with Anthony Joshua. He's been running up on Team Usyk. He's been saying he wants a shot. This shows he's extremely confident. The fact that he would take this fight on such short notice shows he's extremely confident. So you went from a situation where everyone was down, upset, and frustrated that one of the greatest cards in history was now impacted by two fighters pulling out. And Martin Bakole steps up and says, I'll take the fight. Joseph Parker says, I'll agree to fight him. And now we're just as excited about the co-main as we were before. And that's a testament to these two fighters. Now, as for who I think will win this fight, I'll give you my prediction in the prediction video. But what I would say is this. I don't think Martin Bakole was sitting on the couch. I think when he says he starts the one-day camp, what he means is strategically game planning for a fighter like Joseph Parker, who is stylistically different than someone like F.A. Ajapa. And that's what I think he meant. So when people are like, oh, he's saying his one-day training camp or he's building in an excuse, I don't think so. And the reality is, personally, for me, neither Martin Bakole nor Joseph Parker need to build in an excuse. These two guys are saving the card by agreeing to take a huge career risk by fighting each other. Joseph Parker could have said no to Bakole, and Bakole could have said no to Joseph Parker because they're both equally a threat to each other. But because they're throwback old school warriors who believe in who they are and who love the opportunity, who are willing to take the risk, I think regardless of the outcome, both of these gentlemen increase their stock. I think the boxing world is going to remember this. If Bakole goes down, people are going to know he found out he had 3 days notice. And if Joseph Parker goes down, everyone's going to understand he's been in camp training, preparing to fight one style. And then he got this other guy, Martin Bakole, who many people believe may be even more dangerous than his original opponent. So I don't think these guys need excuses. In fact, I think we, the fans, should be thankful to both Martin Bakole and Joseph Parker for saving this card, because anything less than Martin Bakole, and by anything less, I mean anything under Martin Bakole. Now, anything above Martin Bakole in terms of name recognition would clearly save the card, but those type of fighters would not take the risk. In terms of fighters that would take the risk on short day notice and can benefit from it, Martin Bakole is the absolute best name you can get. I cannot wait to see that fight. I'll give you my prediction on that fight soon. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. And if you can't listen to these videos, there is the podcast, Cadence Kerfuffle. Although, sadly, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to do this given what's going on in my family life and my career and everything else. But as long as I can do this, I appreciate the support. I appreciate you rocking with me. It's Caden. I'm out. Peace.